Hello and welcome. My name is Tess Jewell-Larsen, and so this practice is going to be a prenatal practice that is designed to gently strengthen and also release the body during pregnancy. You may want to have a bolster, you may want some blocks, and you may want to have either a hand towel or a yoga strap. So just see what you have access to. If you don't have a bolster, maybe you take a couple pillows and shove it into one pillowcase. As I said, if you don't have a strap, maybe you have a hand towel. If you don't have blocks, maybe you have some big books that you could use to find a little extra support. You could also use a chair here or a wall to add a little extra support to some of the postures. So just, meet yourself where you're at, see what you need. If you need to pause the video to go get something and come back, please do. So take your time to find a comfortable seated position. My legs are crossed here, my feet are more or less under the knees, and my feet are flexed here. This helps support the knees, activate gently through here, through the thighs, through the knees. I'm also sitting on a bolster. You may want to have a little lift here just to give yourself a little bit more space, give yourself a little bit more support in the back, maybe just a little bit more support for baby. So as we get started here, maybe bring one hand onto the abdomen, one hand onto the heart. Just take a moment, breathing in through the nose, breathing out through the mouth. Inviting yourself to settle into the present moment. Maybe noticing that connection between you, baby, your heart. Each breath, air comes down, expands, releases. Each beat of the heart connects you with the rest of your body, baby. Just these gentle cycles that are innate within us. Take this moment to tune into them. Meeting yourself where you are right now. As best as you can, noticing any judgments that may be coming up, acknowledging them, and then laying them to the side. Perhaps gently reminding yourself that this is your journey, as it is. You are a human living a human experience. Now, releasing the hands, we're going to bring the left hand down to the ground or onto a block if that feels better. The right arm is going to reach overhead. Nice big extension up towards the ceiling. And as you exhale, lean it over towards the left. Inhaling to lift. Opening the arm back gently here. Exhaling to reach over towards the left again. Do that one more time, just like that. And then we'll pause. Just take a moment here, breathing into the right side of the body. And then lifting up. Right hand comes down as the left arm reaches, finding that extension up through the spine. Inhale deeply, and as you exhale, lean it over towards the right. Inhale to find that lift, gentle opening the left hand back, and then reaching again towards the right. Again, do that a couple of times. And then the next time you reach towards the right in that side bend, we're just going to hold. Again, just breathing in to the left side of the rib cage. And then coming up and bringing that hand down. So we'll reach both arms up this time. Nice big reach up here. And as you exhale, we're going to twist towards the right. So we may want to bring the left hand, the inside of the right knee, and that right hand come towards the back. This just helps get a little bit more space for baby. If it feels comfortable in the body, maybe bring that left hand to the outside of the right knee. So just see what feels okay. And again, we're just going to breathe here for a moment. In and out. And then coming back to center, find that twist up. That extension up, that reach up, and then exhale, twisting towards the left. Again, maybe that right hand comes to the inside of the right knee or the outside of the left thigh. It's up to you. So what we're doing here is we're just gently starting to open up through the rib cage, just finding a little bit more space there in the upper body, especially as baby grows. So I'm sure you know, things start moving around a bit and they get a little stuck, they get a little jumbled up. So these movements can just help very nice, gently start to shift things, find a little bit more space. We're going to come back to center here. Inhale again, reach things up. As we exhale, we're going to come into cactus arms. Inhale here, nice big lift in the heart space. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the forearms together. Gently bring those elbows in towards the abdomen, not very far here, just gently towards the abdomen. Just chin tucks towards the chest. And we're going to find a really gentle forward sort of fold in. Inhale to lift open into your cactus. Exhale, those forearms coming together as much as possible. If they don't reach, that's fine. And then gently rolling it in. Just getting a little gentle spinal flexion here one more time. Moving with your breath. And then releasing, coming back to center. Now we're going to bring our hands onto the knees here. And we're going to lift in the heart space, pulling the shoulder blades together. As we exhale, we're going to round in the spine. Gently tucking the chin to the chest. So doing a little seated cat-cow. I'm just going to shift here so you can see me from a different angle. Doing this a couple more times just like that. I'm just realizing here that I am wearing a white shirt and there's a white background. Sorry about that. I didn't think about that. Hopefully I'm not blending in too much and you can see me okay. All right, one more time here. And then coming back to center. So we're going to make some circles here. Now, if you're finding that you want a little bit more space, maybe bring those feet a little wider, maybe even bringing the soles of the feet together and the knees out into like a butterfly-like pose. If you do that and you're feeling like you need a little extra support, maybe bringing in blocks. So just see what feels okay for you. And we're going to make some circles here. So inhaling maybe as we bring the chest forward, exhaling as we rock it back. Do a couple more circles just like this. And then take it the other way. So you can do these as slow or as fast as it feels good for you. A couple more just like that. Before coming back to center. All right, from here we're going to come onto our hands and knees into a tabletop position. If you want a little extra padding, maybe you bring in a pillow, maybe bring in a folded blanket. You could sort of fold your mat up a little bit more as well, just to find a little bit more support under the knees. We're going to bring our wrists under the shoulders, knees under the hips. The fingers are either nice and extended, or maybe we come into fists if that feels a little bit better on the wrists. You could also come down onto forearms if that feels better in the body. So just see what works for you in this moment. Again, we're just going to do a couple of cat-cows here. So inhaling to lift in the tailbone, gentle bend in the back, not too much. And if you're very pregnant here, maybe none at all. So just kind of see what feels okay. We're going to lift in the heart space. As we exhale, we're going to gently round in the spine, head releases down. Do that a couple more times, just like that. And come back to center. Now, from here, we're going to do a little bit of work with sort of strengthening in the back, strengthening in the abdominal muscles. Now, what I'm going to invite you to do is just let baby go. Okay, so what I mean by that is you might sort of feel your abs working here. Can we just soften the abdominal muscles? Maybe you notice baby sort of releasing down a little bit. You might even notice my abdomen sort of releasing down a bit here. As you exhale, see if you can pull baby up towards the navel here, towards the spine, right? So the navel pulling up towards the spine, baby pulling up towards the spine. Inhale to let everything soften. Exhale to gently pull it up. Doing that a couple more times. And then coming back to neutral. All right, let's come off the wrists here for a moment. Tuck those toes. We're going to stretch the feet a little bit. If this feels like it's too much, lift the hips up. We're going to shake out the wrists. And then we'll bring the hands together, roll in the wrists. So we're intertwining those fingers, rolling in the wrists here. And as we do so, we're going to gently take those arms up above the head, and we're going to switch the roll, and we're going to bring the hands down. So each time we shift the movement, the direction of the movement of the hands, we're switching the direction of the wrist roll. We're going to do that a couple more times. And then come back to center. Great. So from here, we're going to come back into our tabletop position. Again, if the wrists are feeling tired, maybe we come into fists or maybe we come onto forearms. So you decide, up to you. The right fingertips are going to trace forward. The left foot is going to trace back. We might just stay here. If it feels okay, on your next inhale, lift that right arm, lift the left leg. Keep the foot about the same height as the hip here. Watch the back. Are you dipping in the back? Can you keep that core nice and strong? Sort of remembering that movement, right, of the sort of the activation of the abdominal muscles, of the back muscles as you sort of lifted baby back into you. We're going to tap our fingers and our foot down on the ground again and lift again. So exhaling down, inhaling to lift. Couple more times. And then making your way down, we're going to switch to the other side. So again, that right hand is planted. Those left fingertips are tracing forward. The right leg, is tracing back. Maybe we just stay here. Maybe we just hold this. That's perfectly fine. If it feels okay, we're going to lift the left hand, the right foot. Again, watching the spine here. And then we're just going to tap it down and lift it up. Couple more times. And then come back to center here. We're going to come off our wrists again. And this time, untuck those toes. Nice big reach up here, arms overhead. And as we exhale, we're going to bring our hands to the small of the back. Roll the shoulder blades back. We're going to do a gentle camel pose here by gently activating the glutes. We're going to press the hips forward, shoulder blades pull towards each other, chest lifts. Now this can also be really nice if you're feeling a lot of heartburn because baby's kind of pushing into the stomach, pushing all those sort of abdominal organs and not giving them a lot of space. Then this can be really nice to add a little bit of space here. We're going to hold for another breath. And then exhale. So coming back into that tabletop position. Inhale here, tuck those toes. Exhale, lift up into downward facing dog. Inhale to lower down. Exhale to lift it up. Do that a couple more times, just like that. And then the next time you come into your downward dog, we're gonna hold, maybe pedaling the feet out. And then coming to center. Now I'm gonna invite you to open your feet a little wider than hip distance apart here. We're gonna walk our hands back towards the knees. Keep those knees apart like you're coming into a little squat here. If it feels okay to send the hips all the way down, bring them down. If you want a little extra support, maybe bring your bolster underneath the hips or a couple of blocks underneath the sit bones, right? Just to find that little extra support. From here, we're gonna inhale. And as we exhale, we're gonna lift up. Reaching arms up overhead. Inhale here, open the arms out. Exhale, make your way all the way down. Hands are gonna come down onto the ground here. Knees are gonna lower. We're gonna walk our hands forward. Our knees are a little bit more open here. Those toes are gently coming in towards each other. As we inhale, we're gonna send our hips back towards our heels. As we exhale, we're gonna just hover the elbows over the ground here. We're gonna bring the shoulders over the hands and push up. So inhale back, exhale, gliding forward and pushing back. You could even find a little rounding in the spine here. You can also switch the breath a little bit. So play with the breath here. It might feel better as you roll it forward. Now watch the spine as you're coming forward here, as the elbows are just hovering like a centimeter or so over the ground here. The shoulders come over the hands and then exhale as you lift up. So up to you. One more time here. These swooping cats. And then we're going to make our way into our child's pose. So you may want to bring in a bolster or something under the head to give you a little bit more space. And we're just going to breathe here. Into the body, in and out. Can you breathe into the back of the body? Can you feel expansion in the back ribs? And then walking your hands back, moving the bolster aside maybe, tucking those toes under, coming back into your version of your squat. So your heels might be lifted. I didn't mention this before. You could also bring a rolled blanket, a small bolster like this one under the heels to find that extra support here. On your next exhale, whenever it comes, lift it up. Reaching the arms up overhead. Inhale, open those arms out to the sides. As you exhale, make your way back down. Hands come onto the earth. One knee and then the other knee. And then we're going to find our swooping cats. So sending those hips back towards the heel, arms are reaching forward here. And gliding forward, elbows just hovering over the ground. And maybe exhaling there to lift, round it back. We'll do two more. Swooping cats are good for core work. They're good for arm work, for holding baby when baby comes. And then again, finding your version of child's pose. Again, maybe bringing in blocks or bolster under the head just to give a little bit more space here. Breathing in and out of the back of the body. And then whenever your next inhale comes, walk the hands back. Come into your squat using any supports. And whenever your inhale comes, exhale comes, push it up. And then releasing arms down next to the sides. And just take a moment there to observe. Notice how you're feeling in the body. So from here, we're going to get our strap or our hand towel, whatever you might have. And your arms are going to extend in front of you. Then they're going to reach up. So hands are lifting up, hands are overhead. Inhale, nice and deep here. As you exhale, reach or sort of lean over to one side. Inhale to hold, exhale to lift. We're going to do that again. Inhale, find that extension there. Exhale to one side. Inhale there. Exhale, lift. One more time, either side. All right. So from here, we're going to bring in something a little bit more work here. As we exhale, we're going to breathe through parted lips. So sort of imagining that you're breathing through like a like you're blowing out a candle. Sorry, that's what I was looking for. So let's open our feet nice and wide here. Now, if you are feeling any pelvic girdle pain, let's keep our feet about hip distance apart. All right. And when some of us are coming down into goddess legs, if you're having that pelvic girdle pain, we're going to come into more of a chair pose instead. So sending the hips back towards the heels, those knees staying behind the toes, right? As we exhale, using the parted lips, we're going to blow and we're going to lift up. So whichever version, whether you come into goddess legs or into a chair pose, up to you. We're going to make our way down with the inhale. As we exhale, we're going to come up. Okay, so let's add some arms with this. So inhale, those arms are going to come to about shoulder height. Exhale, lift it back up. If this is feeling too much for the arms, if you're feeling a little dizzy, keep the arms down and maybe just bring the hands down towards the hips. So up to you again, playing with this a little bit. You're going to do 2 more, then we're going to hold on that second one. Now with your arms here, we're just going to twist the hands. So one hand comes on top and then the other. Working to keep tension in our strap, in our towel. We're going to hold. Keep breathing here. Maybe through those parted lips. Maybe this time through the parted lips, instead of like blowing out a candle, imagine that the breath is like a golden thread. Gently releasing out through the body. This is great breath work, this golden thread breath. Great for cooling the body, soothing the nervous system. what we're doing here is we're working on slightly stressing the body. And through that stress, inviting the body to relax. It's a little gentle, maybe not so gentle kriya, to train the body to keep going, getting it ready for pregnancy or for any parts of the pregnancy, right? But especially when we come into labor. Keep breathing. We're going to hold for another 3, 2, 1. And release. Whew. Now, if you needed to come out of that and you came back into that, that's totally fine, right? We are constantly meeting ourselves where we're at here. There's no pressure to do something that's too much, right? Okay. So for this next thing, you may want to have a chair. You may want to have a wall. So what we're going to do is, I'm just showing you from this angle, and then I'll show you from the wall. So what we're going to do is we're going to reach forward here. Now again, on your wall, you find this support, okay? I know it's not the greatest view of me, so I'm going to show you here. And we're just going to take the hips side to side, sort of imagining, you could also do this, I can put my hands on the dresser, right? Imagine that you have a nice bushy tail here. And you're just wanting to gently sway your tail side to side. You can let the upper body release into the arms. Finding that space there. And then we're going to come back up to center, walk the feet up. And just take a moment to tune in and observe. So now if it feels okay, we're going to come into a forward fold. So again, maybe bringing in blocks here. I'm going to invite you to open your legs wide. Again, if you're finding that discomfort in the pelvic region, keep the legs closer in. And we're going to forward fold. If forward folding feels dizzy, keep yourself halfway up. So maybe bracing your hands on your knees here or just above the knees on the thighs. But if it feels okay, find a forward fold. Hands can be on blocks. You could find a sway side to side. Or just find stillness. Your knees can be bent here. Just give a little more support. Release to the legs, to the back. We're going to come to center. And I'm going to invite you to bend the knees a little more and bring one knee down and the other knee down. So from here, we're going to lift up into a high kneeling position, stepping the left foot forward. The left hand is going to come onto the ground or maybe onto a block, onto your bolster, whatever you might have to give yourself a little more space. That right arm is going to swoop up and reach up here towards the ceiling. And again, take your awareness back to baby. And then let's bring the hand, so staying in that twist, let's bring the hand onto baby. The top hand onto baby. And just breathe into baby. Each breath like a gentle hug. And then releasing, lifting up. Taking the left foot back. And we'll bring our right foot forward. So again, right hand plants maybe on your block, on your bolster, on the ground. And the left arm reaches up towards the sky, finding that twist, that extension. Holding for a couple of breaths. And then maybe bringing that top hand down onto baby. And just inviting the breath to send that gentle hug back to baby. And then slowly coming back to center. Now from here, we're going to bring our feet forward. Feet about hip distance apart. Hands behind us. We're just gently going to windscreen wiper the knees back and forth. Maybe as you do so, maybe we open the feet a little wider and we gently press the knee that comes down towards the earth here a little bit more. We press that inside knee into the ground, back up. So you decide whatever feels right for you in your body right now. We're going to do that a couple more times. And then come back to center. You may want to sit on a bolster or a pillow for this next bit. Just to give yourself, again, that little extra space there for baby, for your spine. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Hands can come onto the ankles, or around the toes, or maybe get up a little higher. So just see what feels right for you. Inhale here, and as you exhale, gently fold forward. Inhale to lift it up. Exhale forward. Do that a couple more times. And then coming into that forward fold and just holding for a few breaths, sending the breath into the back of the body. And then exhaling to lift it up. Knees coming together here. And we're going to make our way onto our right side. So we're not going to stay there very long. So if staying on the right side is not awesome for you right now, hopefully this little bit here will be okay. If it's not awesome at all, then don't go onto the right side. And we'll just do this on the left. So we're going to come onto the right side. The right arm is going to be extended out in front of you. And the right leg is going to be extended. The left knee, taking the mat with my bolster here. The left knee is going to rest on the bolster or on your pillow or whatever you have. If you have another pillow, maybe we bring that under the head. But if not, that's okay. You could have it releasing down or maybe taking that bottom hand and kind of creating a little pillow for yourself. The left arm is either going to come on top of that bottom hand or just coming over where the bottom hand would have been. On your next inhale, we're going to open the arm back. I have a wall here, but hopefully you have more space to open the arm back. We're not moving that left knee as best as possible. And then exhale to bring it back. We'll do that a couple more times. And we're just going to pause there for a breath before lifting up, and you could roll it over to the other side. I'm just going to flip to the other side here. So again, finding that alignment there, coming onto that left side, left leg extends out, left arm extends out, right knee comes onto your bolster or pillows. Right hand comes on top of the left, or where the left arm would be if your left hand is under the head as support. On your inhale, gently opening that right arm back. So it doesn't need to meet the earth here. We're just getting twist. That's why I say watch that left knee. If the left knee starts sliding back, we're twisting too much. What that means is that twist is then going into other parts of the body that doesn't necessarily need to be. We want to just stay in the sort of the thoracic spine and above, exhaling back. And when we let that knee slide back, then we start moving and getting out of that gentle opening there in the thoracic spine. One last time. And then coming back and pausing. And just breathing here. Now, if this is comfortable, you are more than welcome to stay in this position for Shavasana. If you prefer, you could maybe adjust things so that the body feels more comfortable on the left side. You could create a recline with your blocks, another pillow, the bolster on top, so that the back is supported here as you recline, head is supported, hands could be on baby, they could be out to the sides, you could find another layer on top. So just take your time to find that comfortable position. When you get there, and again, no rush here, we're going to return to that golden thread breath that we practiced briefly earlier. As I mentioned, golden thread breath is a wonderful breath for relaxing the nervous system, for helping elongate the exhale, for triggering that calm, rest, digest part of our nervous system. It's also a cooling breath. There can be a lot of heat generated when we are pregnant, when we're giving birth. So this breath can be nice and easeful through the cooling aspects of it, through the elongating of the exhale, which reminds the nervous system, I can relax, I'm okay. Which isn't always easy to do. But it's just a gentle reminder. So we're inhaling in through the nose if that's available. And we're exhaling gently through parted lips. Inhaling easeful energy. Exhaling, releasing what isn't needed in this moment. We'll do 3 more breaths just like that. And then release any control of the breath, letting it return to a natural rhythm. And just inviting a few minutes here for the body to release into the support beneath, to feel held, to bit by bit relax as best as it can. If you find your thoughts wandering, invite it back to the breath. That gentle inflow and outflow of air. If that's not comfortable, perhaps instead invite it to the body, noticing the sensations that arise. And letting the sensations release as they come. Doing your best to meet it all with compassion. I'm going to read to you a short poem by Dana Faulds called Walk Slowly. It only takes a reminder to breathe, a moment to be still, and just like that, something in me settles, softens, makes space for imperfection. The harsh voice of judgment drops to a whisper, and I remember again that life isn't a relay race, that we will all cross the finish line, that waking up to life is what we were born for. As many times as I forget, catch myself charging forward without even knowing where I'm going, that many times I can make the choice to stop, to breathe, and be, and walk slowly into the mystery. Now gently, ever so gently, start to bring your awareness back to your breath. That gentle inflow of air, that gentle exflow of air. Start to bring awareness back to the body, your feet, your legs, your abdomen, back, baby, your chest, arms, hands, your neck, your head. And then little by little, starting to find movement in the body, the fingers, the toes, the wrists, the ankles, maybe taking your head side to side. Maybe finding any other movements here that feel good. Perhaps that's a full body stretch. Maybe that's twisting or making any of the other movements here that feel good. Taking your time to explore it. And when you are ready, start to make your way up into a comfortable seated position. If you are on your back or reclined, perhaps moving first onto your side and then lifting yourself up. When you get there, again, no rush. I invite you to bring your hands together at heart center and gently tip the chin in, bowing your head. Taking this opportunity to send yourself gratitude for showing up for you, for listening to your inner wisdom. And I thank you so much for joining me today. If you ever have any questions about anything, want to reach out, you're more than welcome to send me an email or book a call with me. I'm happy to help. See you soon. Bye for now.